Hello and welcome to another hour of Bumbling Around in English. Here we have an empty store. There's nothing inside of the store. So we will look at another store. And this store has a glass facade, and through the glass, we can see real estate listings. This is real estate for sale. Here's another real estate listing with another thing for sale. This one is $128,000. And here's another property listing or real estate listing. This is a apartment that's for sale for $245,000. And in this store, there's a display of yarn. Here's some warm colored yarn, yellows and pinks and orange and reds. They are warm colors. And here are cool colors, blue and green, dark green, teal. And here are some different shades of blue, light blue, dark blue, medium blue. And here's some shades of pink and orange and a little bit of brown. And here are some natural colors as well, white and brown. These are natural colors. And here are some grays and browns, light gray, light brown, dark brown. And here's some pinks and purples. Some pinks and purples. Magenta is sort of a purplish pink color. And here are a bunch of patches. This patch has a diagonal red line. This one has a bunch of yellow stars. This one also has a diagonal line. And this one has a suit of armor and two long swords. And we're looking through the window again. Wow. There's an incredible amount of ribbon. I don't know, countless spools of ribbon. And here are some textured ribbon with flowers, flower prints on it. And here's some more yarn, all kinds of colors of yarn. Any color of yarn you want, you can find at this store. So let's look at the other store next to it. Ah, a party store. It's party time. Let's take a look at what kind of things this store has for a party. Ah, party balloons. A unicorn balloon, a heart balloon, a smiley face balloon, lots and lots of balloons. And now we're crossing the street to the other corner. And here's a store, but this store is not open. This store is closed. There's a gate over the store. And here's a sign with a person on it. And here's a sign with a face wearing a face mask. And here's a sign that has a photo of tools. We can see a hammer, a screwdriver, a tape measure. So this is a hardware store. This is a store that sells hardware supplies. And those are wooden ladders. You can see the ladders, and you can see that the ladders have rungs, are the steps of the ladder, are the rungs of a ladder, the rungs. And here's a man standing in front of the bus stop, and there's a store And a woman slides the door open and slides the door closed as she exits the store. The sidewalk looks wet, like it has rained recently, and you can see the reflections of the light off of the wet sidewalk. And here are 3 wooden barrels and a stack of stools. There's a stack of metal stools stacked on top of each other. And here's a sign with a slice of pizza that has the cheese melting off of the slice of pizza, and on top of the slice of pizza is an olive. And there are black and white flags. And here are a string of lights with light bulbs. And there's a plastic star and a display of beer cans, colorful beer cans. And we're going to keep walking. On the left is a big column, and here's a pharmacy that has a green cross inside of a white circle, and we're going to peek inside the pharmacy into its display case. Here's a display case filled with products, hair clips, bracelets, necklaces and earrings, more necklaces, pearl necklace, 3 pearl necklaces, 3 beaded necklaces, 2 pairs of eyeglasses, and a nail kit. This is a nail kit. This kit contains a variety of tools to do your nails. Nail clippers, scissors, tweezers, a nail file. Tweezers are what you use to pluck, and a file is what you use to smooth. And on top we have some mirrors. There's some hair brushes covered in plastic, some headbands, and to the side here is a scale. You stand on a scale to weigh yourself. And we keep walking down the sidewalk. Here's a scooter or a moped. It's not a motorcycle, it's a scooter or a moped. And we have 2 rear view mirrors and 2 handles. We keep walking down the street. Here's a taxi cab passing by. On the other side of the street is a store or more stores. Here's a brick wall, and we have a red flashing light. And is there a car coming out of the driveway? Oh, the light is now green. And there's a ramp. A ramp is a thing that, and then, okay, here is where there should be a hose, but there is not a hose. And that's the ramp. A ramp is a slope or something that takes something up and down on wheels is a ramp. On the left is a store with a orange stripe. This woman is holding an umbrella in her hand. This woman is also holding an umbrella. It definitely was raining earlier. A man is pushing a stroller across the crosswalk, and now we are walking across the crosswalk to the other side of the street. And a car just passed in front of us, and there's an ambulance. An ambulance is a vehicle that carries sick people to the hospital. That is an ambulance. And we're crossing the street again towards, it looks like more real estate listings or property listings. Listings are when there's an apartment or a house for sale. Here's a house for sale. Wow, it's a house with a big dining room with a dining room table and dining room chairs. And here's another house for sale. This house has a big backyard and is $1,300,000. And here's another house for sale. This one has a pool in the backyard. And this one is for sale for a clean $1 million. Okay, that's a bunch of properties for sale. And if we notice, these properties are arranged. They are arranged into a grid. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. And now we're going to follow this woman wearing a pink hoodie and carrying a black bag. And what is this shop? This looks like a shop that has lots of artwork for sale. Lots of frames, lots of framed artwork. Yes, this is framed artwork. And we keep walking down the street. The street is wet from the rain. The rain has stopped. There's no rain right now, but you can see evidence of the rain by looking at the wet sidewalk. The sidewalk that has water on it. And you can see here, it's not just wet, there's a puddle of water here. And this is an area, a parking area. There's parking spaces. There's some empty parking spaces that are marked with a yellow rectangle. And this is a ramp. The man and the dog walk down the ramp. A ramp is a slope that takes you from a top point to a bottom point, from a high to low, or from low to high. And now we're following this man who's walking his dog, who has a backpack on. There's a mirror, and here's a big wall covered in ivy, and here's a fallen branch. This is a branch that has fallen, a fallen branch. When it rains, there's usually wind, and sometimes branches fall from the trees to the ground. And here is a building under construction. It is a construction site. We can see the metal scaffolding, and now we're looking up at a building being constructed. And there's the scaffolding, the metal scaffolding. And here is a marble wall, and here's a number, 2012. And here's a woman wearing camo pants, and this is a magazine stand. And we're going to take a closer look at some of these magazines or coloring books. This is a coloring book, actually. There's an aardvark with those big ears. And here's some candy canes and chocolates and candies. And color pencils. And a map. This is a map of Argentina. And we can see the different provinces of Argentina. And there's the tip of Argentina, the very tip of Argentina. There are some islands. Islands are pieces of land in the middle of the water. And these are different seals these are the seals. It looks like each of these images or seals corresponds to each of the provinces of Argentina. Here's a seal for a province. The one on the right has two hands opened in front of a mountain. Here's a seal that has a picture of the mountains in the sun. Here's another one with a mountain, and on the left we see a hands shaking. And we also see one with some waterfalls, it looks like, or a sun. Lots of suns, lots of mountains, lots of hands shaking. Okay, now we can see a little more clearly. And what's this red thing? It's like a stick. Well, no, now here's a star with a sun on top of it. Here's a field with the silhouette of a horse and a man riding a horse. Okay, and here is hands shaking, holding a stick with some kind of red hat on it. And here's a castle with 7 flags. And here's again, hands shaking, holding a stick with a red hat on top. So that was a peek at some of the different seals or symbols of the provinces of Argentina. And here's a coloring book page of a parrot, an ornate parrot, a very decorative, ornate parrot. And here are some playing cards. We can see the 6 of cups. There's the 6 of cups. 3 of swords. Here's a woman getting a back massage. She has her eyes closed. What else? Here's another booklet on massage. We see 2 hands massaging somebody's shoulder. And we have a lot of magazines here. A variety. We got coloring books, we have magazines, we have massage pamphlets, we have a map of Argentina, and it looks like we're gonna keep walking here. Here's a little kid with an umbrella and a pregnant woman. Everyone has their umbrellas out. This woman is walking with her umbrella. The guy with the black backpack does not have an umbrella though. Not everybody has an umbrella, but a lot of people do have umbrellas. And this looks like a restaurant. Looks like a very nice restaurant. And the restaurant has a big clay oven and has some pastries on display. Those are pastries on display, cookies and cakes. And this woman is carrying an umbrella in her right hand and some bags in her left hand. And here's a little dog with a big fluffy tail and some fluffy ears. And that's a woman with red rain boots that we just saw. Another woman with an umbrella. And here comes a man carrying, let's see. He's carrying, looks like his laundry. Here's a woman carrying an umbrella. It looks like all the women carry umbrellas and the men do not. Let's see if that is the case. Here is a Western Union. We've seen these before. This is some kind of squash or pumpkin. We can see that it has pumpkin seeds. That's a ripe red tomato, a yellow pepper with a green top, some kind of exotic fruit. I don't know what it is. This is an apple, of course. Here's another kind of squash, some kind of squash vegetable. Strawberries. Strawberry fields forever. And then this is a grapefruit and an orange and a yellow pepper with a green stem. And there's a mushroom and some spices. It looks like rosemary. That's called rosemary. That's a slice of a cucumber slice. There's a slice of a lime. There's a kiwi and a bunch of grapes. A bunch of grapes. And here we have our breads. A muffin, a chocolate cookie, a loaf of bread, and a bagel covered in seeds. There's a chalkboard sign. Okay, and now we have some numbers and percentages. 25%, 20%, 35%, 20%, 15%. And here we have strawberries, yellow peppers, squash, apples, exotic fruit, squash, pumpkin. And we have more of these signs. And then here's the excited shoppers. A woman wearing a yellow sweater with her hands up by her cheeks. And here we have a big number. 70,000. 70,000. And we have a dog on a leash. Some people walking around. Here's a little flower bush, a bush of flowers. And we have a flower stand. It's a place where they sell flowers, and we have a bunch of colorful flowers on display. And here's a little square or a little plaza with a water fountain, a decorative water fountain with little shoots of water shooting up. Those are little shoots of water. And this man is wearing all beige, and he's holding a broom vertically. He's holding a broom up vertically. The broom is sticking up into the sky, into the air, and he's just holding it casual, no big deal, just carrying my broom, holding my broom high up. And we have some palm trees, and it looks like we have some fancy clothing stores. And we're getting closer to the guy holding his broom up in the air. And here we go. We have some clothing. Here's a blue blazer, a white blazer, a beige blazer, a gray blazer. And here are some dress shirts. Yeah, some nice formal clothing. And here is a fashion advertisement, a fashion model. Here's a fashion model. He is wearing a tan blazer with a white undershirt. This woman holds an umbrella. Yes, the women have umbrellas and the men do not. And this store has, has deep orange walls. And here's a neon yellow thing. And then this is a shoe store. There's some shoes for sale. Leather shoes. Shoes made of leather. Leather is the material the shoes are made of. Here's a store selling fragrances. There's candles and there's a diffuser. The diffuser is with that glass jar with the sticks sticking inside of the diffuser is a diffuser. And here's a bakery with some baked goods on display. And here's a menu in a frame. Here's a chalkboard sign. And a clothing store. 40%, 50%. Okay, we got fancy watches. What time is it? I'll tell you what time it is. Let's look at these watches. Gucci watches and other kinds of watches. Wow, we have, 1,000 different watches for sale. More watches. Wrist watches. They call it a wrist watch because you put the watch on your wrist. You wear it on your wrist. You do not wear it on your ankle. You do not wear it on your neck. You wear a wristwatch on your wrist. And here's a shoe store. Let's do these numbers. 39,900, 49,900, 39,900, 49,900. Those are some big numbers. And here we have some handbags. Looks like a yellow leather handbag. And here are some more leather bags and some leather shoes that are on the rack. Those are shelves or racks. And here is another fountain, very similar to the fountain we saw earlier. And this fountain does not have little chutes of water. Nope, no water running on this fountain. This is a dry fountain. Well, it's a little bit wet, but there's no water in the fountain. And here are some purple and blue wires. Here is a flower bed, a red flower, a bed of flowers. These are red flowers with red blossoms. And here's a white bicycle that is locked to the black fence. It has a basket on front. It has a basket. And here are one of these little booths, a white booth that we've been seeing on the street corners. A little white booth. Booth. A white booth. We're crossing the crosswalk. There's a green, the traffic light, the street light is green. And what is this? This is a little hand cart. It's got some wheels. It's blue. The blue metal has little holes in it, and it looks like there are these two sticks. Let's see, what are they? A broom, and there's water inside. Water has collected inside of the hand cart. All right, we see a man with an umbrella. There we go. A man is carrying an umbrella, folks. We have a man carrying an umbrella. It's not just the women. And this is a logo that has 4 little red squares. That woman has an umbrella. That man did not have an umbrella. And here's a fashion model. And it's a hair salon. People are getting their hair done or their hair cut. You can either get your hair cut or you can get your hair done. You might say, "Oh, Janice, did you get your hair done? Did you get your hair done?" That's what you could ask your friend, Janice. Did she get her hair done? And here's a green trash can. Ooh, and we have little pies and pastries and macaroons and croissants. Those are croissants on the top. And here are some dessert breads or sweet breads. And here's a produce shop. Lots of fruit. Let's take a look. Here we have those sort of type of squash, sort of like a pumpkin squash. There we have corn on the cob. We have packaged salads. We have sliced sweet potatoes and cubed sweet potatoes. And we have white mushrooms, and we have stacks of eggs stacked on top of each other. And we have all kinds of stuff. We got bananas, apples, melons, peaches, plums, grapes, tomatoes. You name it, they have it. Peanuts. Those are peanuts. A laundromat. Okay, that lady's looking at us weird. Here's an octagon shape. Time to cross the road. We're crossing behind the white car. We're crossing behind another white car. And on the sidewalk is a painting with clouds and numbers. A yellow cloud with the number 1. A red cloud with the number 2. A yellow cloud with the number 4. A yellow cloud with the number 7. Ah, and the number 10 in a rainbow, in a beautiful rainbow. That's what this is called a hopscotch board. This man is pulling a hand cart. And yeah, we have hopscotch. You can use this drawing on the sidewalk to play hopscotch is the game. Ah, and here's another colorful rainbow. It's a colorful rainbow with a bunch of people standing on top of the rainbow. It's a unique rainbow. I have not seen lots of rainbows with these colors. This is sort of a unique rainbow with some unique people. Here's a person with let's take a look at these people. This person has tall, long legs. They're very tall with long legs. This person has got very long yellow legs. This person is standing on top of a red ball. And let's take a look. It looks like, okay, it's a school. It's a school that has this big, beautiful pink gateway. And here are some more signs from the school. Some text. A person that has sons for hands. They have sons for hands. Sons for hands. Sons for hands. And then here is a drawing, a painting of a street. This is like bumbling around. We can bumble around right on this street. Let's see, what do we have? Okay, we have Spider-Man. That is clearly Spider-Man, and Spider-Man has cast his web, and the web is hitting the top of a building, a green building, and there's the sun that looks like a flower, and here's some kind of critter, and here's a tree with red fruit, probably apples, I'm guessing. They look like apples. A tree with red apples. Under the tree are two people hanging out. Here we have some multicolored cars. There's another multicolored car. Here are some buildings. Okay, so we have 4 cars on the street. And one, I don't know, we have some buildings. And let's take a look at this thing. I'm going to guess that this is a plane. It's a good looking plane. Okay. Let's keep going. That was fun to look at some. If I had to guess, those were painted by kids. Those were kids' paintings. And here's a kid holding his dad's hand. And here's a man with an umbrella. Okay, we have a man with an umbrella. That's very nice. And now the kid and the father who are holding hands cross the street. And we're crossing the street. Wow, and look at these tree-lined streets with the squiggly branches. It's a street lined with squiggly branched trees. And on the corner is a big wooden door. A beautiful wooden door with gold hardware, a gold doorknob, a gold metal plate. That is a keyhole. And then here is the number of the building, 1900. And here's the number again, 1900. And we turn the corner and keep walking. Oh, we're going to peek into this building. There are some shelves with food. Is it a kitchen? I don't know. Here's an advertisement. It has a purple background with white letters. Most of the advertisement has been ripped off. And there's our pirate ships in the ocean with the anchor and the dove. And here's a mother and her daughter looking at bathing suits. It's a bathing suit store. You wear your bathing suit to go to the beach and swim in the ocean or swim in the pool. Bathing suits are used for swimming or for bathing, but mostly for swimming. Here are some advertisements. Ooh, cool yellow backpack with yellow boots. She has matching boots, and she has a matching boot and backpack. And here are some toys, promotional toys. These are toys to promote the movie. They're toys that are promoting the movie. Some kind of critter. This is a fox, a female fox. Here's a woman carrying an umbrella with nice white hair. And this woman is sweeping the floor with a red broom. And this man is mopping the floor with a rag. He's using a rag to mop the floor. And look, we have these colorful floral columns. These are columns that have floral patterns on them. And the floral pattern columns are in front of the clothing store. It's a clothing store. And this is let me see, a sportswear store. These are sporting outfits. There we have our kettlebells, blue kettlebells. Those are 2 blue kettlebells. And there's a blue foam roller. We call that a foam roller, a blue foam roller. And here's a interesting store. Looks like a squirrel. Here we have jewelry, different necklaces and earrings and bracelets, and some other interesting decorative home goods. Let's see. Some kind of fork, a 2-pronged fork. Most forks have 3 or 4 prongs. That one has 2 prongs. And some wooden knick-knacks. Knick-knacks is what you call a bunch of stuff that you don't know what to call it. There's some knick-knacks there. There's a duck knick-knack. A wooden duck knick-knack. It's a carved duck. That is a knick-knack. Yeah, we can call this a knick-knack store. There's a knick-knack. That's a knick-knack. It's like, I don't know what to call them, so we're going to call them knick-knacks. It's a bunch of knick-knacks. Yeah, it's a store filled with knick-knacks. I don't know. They're are they decorative? Can I use them? I don't know. They're knick-knacks. Now, this is not a knick-knack store. These are real things. These are glasses. These are reading glasses. Those are reading glasses. And these are not knick-knacks. These are shoes, strappy heels. Those are heels with straps. Strappy style heels. Yes, lots of strappy shoes here. Okay, now on the left is strappy, on the right is normal. Left strappy, right normal. And here we have some stones there's a crack. A crack is the little slit between 2 things, a crack between the rocks. Oh wow, now we're on a busy street corner with some cool buildings. We have this big French style architecture building with the dome. It's got this little dome on the top. It looks pretty cool. And we're looking around, and we're on a new busy street, a big street. It's a big avenue. And we have lots of more stores to look at. Let's take a look at this store. On display here is a cashmere sweater with buttons. There's 2 buttons. And now this gray vest has 3 buttons. Buttons. You use buttons to fasten 2 pieces of cloth together. A button. You could say, "Excuse me, miss, your button is undone." That's if you have your button is not in its right place, is an undone button. An undone button. You want to keep your buttons, you want to be buttoned up. That's another phrase. Oh, he's very buttoned up. Somebody who keeps the buttons on their shirt buttoned is somebody very serious. Someone who's buttoned up is very serious. And someone who is unbuttoned is a little crazy. That guy's a little unbuttoned. That guy's very buttoned up. We're talking about shirt buttons here. All right, enough about buttons. Now we're looking at sneakers. We're looking at sneakers. That little girl has an umbrella open. Here are more sneakers, black sneakers, red sneakers. Okay, now we're done with clothing and we're looking at food. Here's some trail mix, mixtures of things. Here we have, looks like nuts and corn. Here we have banana chips and walnuts and cashews, walnuts, cashews, and almonds, walnuts, cashews, almonds, peanuts, and raisins. Lots of things mixed together. We call it trail mix. And here are some jams. This is peach jam. And this is fig jam. Fig jam. Strawberry jam. Strawberry jam. Peanut butter. It's peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, and a baseball bat. And here are some more figs. Some figs. Fig jam again. Orange jam. I didn't know there was such a thing as orange jam. And here is, okay, almond milk with a taste of vanilla. Here's almond milk without the taste of vanilla. Here is coconut milk. Coconut. Almond milk, coconut milk, jams, mixed nuts. I just want to say buttoned up again. A button? No. All right. Can I see any there's no buttons on this. There's no buttons on these shorts. There's no buttons on this shirt. I don't see any buttons anywhere. Okay, what do we have here? We have a belt. A belt does not use buttons. It uses a buckle. A belt uses a buckle to keep itself together. And here we have a leather backpack with a zipper. You can either have a zipper, you can have a button, you can have a buckle. Here's a fork with 4 prongs. That is a 4-pronged fork. And here's somebody holding a mate cup with a metal straw. A metal straw. Okay, we've seen, this is fun. Metal can, glass jar, plastic bottle, paper carton, paper, cardboard box. That's always a nice review. And here we have a symbol of someone washing their hands. A little girl is holding her mother's hand while they walk with their father down the street. Here we have a black leather jacket there's some snap buttons, and there's a zipper, and there's buckles. We have all 3 on one jacket. We got a zipper. We're looking at the zipper. Here's some more zippers. We have these boots. These are boots with a zipper. And these are black sneakers with laces. So we have laces, white laces, and we have the silver zipper on the boots. All right, people are now using their umbrellas. The umbrellas are out. It is raining, The umbrellas are open now. Everyone is carrying an open umbrella. Before, people were walking with their closed umbrellas, and now everyone is walking with their opened umbrellas. And here are some more strappy sandals. These are sandals, and they have straps. Yeah, so they're strappy. And here we have a number 15,000. And in the back, we have 39,990. 39,990. And here's an advertisement with some numbers. Let's do it. 40%. 40%. 40%. And there's a computer or a laptop, a portable laptop, a portable computer, also known as laptop. Television with a remote. A folding phone. That is a smartphone that folds. Not to be confused with a flip phone that flips. And there's a washing machine and an air conditioner. Washing machine, air conditioner. Washing machine, air conditioner. Washing machine, air conditioner, pirate ship, dove in the air, anchor in the water. There's the anchor. There we go. There's a bus. There's a church with a steeple. There's a church with a steeple as buses pass underneath. And next to the church and the steeple, we have some large advertisements. Let's see what we have. It is a woman leaning against or sitting on a gigantic clamshell, a humongous clamshell. And now we can see the rain really coming down. And there are people waiting for the bus. And the rain is really coming down. There's a big clock with a replica of the Chrysler Building. The Chrysler Building is a skyscraper in New York City. And that, my friends, is a replica of the Chrysler Building. It is not the Chrysler Building itself. No, it is a replica of the Chrysler Building. Not to be confused with the Empire State Building. No, those are two different buildings. And here's another number. 40%. 40%. And here's a tall LCD screen that's playing an advertisement. And here's a model. She's running. She's flying. Now she's flying in the air. Wow. And then boom. Now she's now she's in outer space. Now she's floating above the earth. Now she threw a star. Wow. Incredible. And now here's someone on a boat. They're having a party. We see sparklers. The guy throws something at her. And it's another commercial for a fragrance. And now we're back on the streets. Here's another advertisement with a model. But let's look at the roof behind her. Okay, now it's truly raining. It's truly raining. People have their umbrellas out. We're turning the corner. We can see the raindrops hitting the sidewalk as we walk. We look across the street. There's a windshield wiper. So if you were driving the car, you would turn on the windshield wiper to wipe the rain and the raindrops off of the windshield. And there we go. We see the windshield wipers moving. Those are two moving windshield wipers, wiping the rain, wiping the water off the windshield. Wiping, wiping, wiping. And now let's take a look at what is in this store. Here are a bunch of little teeny tiny beads, little tiny black beads. And here are some patches. There's a banana That's a half peeled banana, a box of popcorn, a face, a smiley face, an eyeball. In the back, we see some lips. Here's two different kinds of pineapple. Not one, but two types of pineapples. Another eyeball. A patch of somebody surfing. A baseball player with a baseball mitt and a ball. Here are scissors. One pair of scissors, two pairs of scissors. These are two scissors still in their packaging. And then these are pins. These are tape measures. Tape measures. More scissors. These are two scissors in the shape of swans or maybe cranes or some kind of bird. And here are buttons. Lots of buttons. Button, 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 button. These are buttons. These are the buttons that you use to button things up. And here are a bunch of safety pins. Lots of safety pins. Oh, wow. And we have a whole collection of colorful beads. A wide variety, a vast assortment of beads. Yes, this is a vast assortment. An assortment. Lots of different types of beads. An assortment of beads. These are some shiny, not sure what they are. Here's more scissors and more beads. And lacy black gloves and more beads. This must be a costume shop. There we have some pink yarn. Here's a lacy butterfly. Wow, and the rain is really coming down now. It's really raining. It is really, 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 really raining right now. We can see the raindrops hitting the ground. We have the car with the windshield wipers going. Everything is wet. And we're watching this car trying to park. This car is trying to park. Nope, it's driving away. Is it going to try to park again? Yep. The car is backing up, backing up, backing up. Backing up. And nope. And then here's a mother and her daughter under an umbrella together. The mother's looking at her phone. The daughter is crying. Oh, she's crying. Maybe it's because she's all wet from the rain. Maybe she's all wet from the rain. And we look across the street. There is a neon sign in the shape of a clothes hanger. A neon sign in the shape of a clothes hanger. And here is a family walking through the rain together. And are we going to look back into the costume shop display window? Yes. Here is sequins spelling Argentina. Whoa, and this is anyway, back to this. These are thread, yarn. That's yarn. Yarn is thick, thread is fine. This is fine thread. Here are some feathers. That's a feather with a orange tip. And what is this? This is string. I would call this string. String is like medium sized. Thread is fine. And yarn, that's yarn. Yarn is thick. thread is thin or fine, and yarn is thick, and string is in the middle. So from most thick to thinnest, we go yarn, string, thread. Okay, moving on. Looks like this is some like pajamas or some very casual wear. We're looking at slippers. This is a pair of gray slippers. Those are slippers. This is a sign with different colored pencils. Yellow colored pencil, pink colored pencil. Here are socks, and underwear. More slippers, white slippers with a decorative bow. And here's a nightgown, a silk nightgown. And this is a silk animal print nightgown. And this nightgown has buttons. And then we're going to keep looking. All right, we're going to learn the word for underwear. What do we have here? This is a bra, a lacy bra. That is a bra. Those are panties. Panties are female underwear. And there's another lacy bra. And this is a lingerie set. And those are lacy thongs. Thongs are like itty bitty. They barely cover anything, is a thong. And that's a regular bra. And here we have the logo of a swan. Here we have some panties, a bra. And here's a woman walking with a purple umbrella. And it's still raining outside. Wow, it's really coming down. The rain is really coming down. This is a very healthy rain. It's not just drizzling, it's really raining. It's really, really raining. And everyone has their umbrellas open, trying to stay dry. Here's a red heart. We're looking back at the bras and the underwear and the lingerie. Now we're looking back out onto the rainy streets, and we keep walking down the sidewalk. And here are some kids' clothes. Some kids' clothes. Little kids' pajamas. Cute little kids' pajamas we're now looking at. And here's a teddy bear, a teddy bear patch on the clothes. And we're going to keep walking and looking. Here is some athletic wear for men. So now we have men's underwear. Here's a model. And there's the model's nipple. Nipple. That is the nipple. The man's nipple. Nipple. And under the man with the nipple are a pair of socks. And this mannequin is wearing slippers on his feet. Back at the rainy street, this woman does not have an umbrella. This one does. She's got a striped umbrella. And here's an eyeglasses store. And these are 2 pairs of sunglasses on display. And we continue walking. It's really raining. It's really, really raining. And in this next store is a chess set. That is a chess set. The game is called chess. And the thing that the objects, the board, the pieces makes a set. It's a set because there's a lot of different objects. And here's a globe of the world. There's South America. That's where this is being filmed. And anyway, our hour is up. And so that's all for Bumbling Around. Keep watching.